Alrighty, so this is how you create your pie chart for your piece of the pie activity in Pridetime. First thing you want to do is you want to start off in your Gmail. You're going to click on these apps up here and go to Google Sheets. You're going to start a blank spreadsheet. Okay, and you don't have to title it because this will just make it into your drive. So in box A1 through A12, we're going to put activities. We're going to put in B1 estimated time per week. You can see that it overflows. So if I come here and I get this, I can drag it here. And then I'm going to have percentage of time as well. And you can always resize them to make sure that your columns fit. So part of the process is we got to estimate what activities we do, and then we want to estimate the time per week that we have. So for sleeping, I roughly get about 8 hours a day for sleep times 7. 7 times 8 is 56. For eating, okay, between breakfast, lunch, and dinner, roughly spend about 2 hours a day, so that's 14 hours. Golfing, I'm a big golfer because I like to compete. Play 3 rounds of golf a week. Roughly takes me about 4 hours, so that's 12 hours per week. School or my job. We're in school 4 days. I'm expected to be here 9 hours a week, so that's 36. Get home, I like to ride my dirt bike. Do that probably about a half an hour on a school day, or if I go a weekend. So I'm just going to modestly estimate it as 2 hours per week. Then everybody loves social media. Me too. I like to look at the funny memes. So I probably spend about 4 hours a week there. I coach football. So between looking at film, talking to other coaches, going to practice, I spend about 10 hours a week. Coach basketball as well. Basketball we're going to play in the spring semester, so I'm not spending quite as much time there. So I probably spend about 2 hours a week there. Driving, just to and from work, going to see my friends, going into town to get something to eat. Probably spend about 6 hours. Family time, I probably spend roughly, say about 10 hours a week between weekends, helping out my dad when I go to work, talking to him, and then going to see my friends and spending time with their family. Spend about 14 hours a week. So the first thing that kind of gets complicated is if you hit your equal sign and then you type sum, S-U-M, with a parenthesis, you can click and drag to total those all up. Key thing is you want to be close to 168 hours. There's 24 hours a day times 7, that's 168. Okay, so on my estimates, I've omitted about 2 hours a week. That's okay. It's going to give me a good estimation about where I'm spending my time at. In order to calculate the percentage, I'm going to click equals. I'm going to go to cell B1. I'm going to divide that by my total that's down here. Then I'm going to click F4. When I click F4, you can see it has a $B, $14. That is an absolute reference to that cell, and it's going to make my life very easy because now I can drag this all the way down, and you can see that I started up in the top left here with B2 divided by B14. Now as I arrow down, I go B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B8, and they're all divided by my total, which is in cell B14 down here. Okay, so now it doesn't really look like much, so I'm going to highlight these. I'm going to format them. I'm going to format these in numbers here, and I'm going to go to a percentage, just like that. Okay, so now I have my percentages of how I spend my time. In order to turn this into a pie chart, I'm going to click Insert. I'm going to go to Chart. It's going to pop up a chart dialog box. which is over to the left. So I'm going to drag it so I can see my information. They have chart type here. I'm going to switch this to a pie chart. Any one of these is sufficient. I'm going to do the 3D one because I think they look cool. And then the data range where it says E2 right here. I need to change this so that it pulls all of my data from A1 through to C12. Once I hit enter, you can see I have my pie chart. I can exit out of that, and then I can screenshot and submit this to Seesaw. And this is a pie chart of how I spend my time. You can see I spend 33.7% of my time sleeping on a weekly basis. I hang out with my friends 8.4% of the time. Family 6.0%, driving 3.6%, basketball 1.2, football 6.0.